friends, welcome to my X journey. So it's Mrs. White again, and as I promised in the previous video, if you have not yet watched the 2021 wrap up on my Hermes journey, I've mentioned and I promised that I'll be doing a Chanel wrap up. So first and for all, I was very thankful in the 22C season. Chanel did not raise their price on the mini rectangular, which I highly believe they're going to raise the price in the upcoming season with the 22P. And now I'm really going to share with you my experience with my Chanel journey back in 2021, and hopefully that can help you build your strategy in 2022. So with the two mini rectangular, to be honest, it's actually not that easy to get. I actually got connected with two different boutiques, and one of them is a local smaller boutique, and then the other one is a New York flagship store. And these two mini rectangular were purchased from the New York flagship store. The first SA that I got connected was at the smaller boutique, and he offered to reserve the bags that I wanted. And at first he was telling me, oh, it should come, they should distribute in a few weeks, because it was right before the season began, and we were highly hoping that I was able to get it within November. We were actually expecting the price will be increased by then, but we heard that it wasn't increased. So then I was like, oh, I mean, we should really get it, right? So I reserved the mini classic flap in black with gold hardware. This is gold tone, so it's more like a champagne gold. And then I went there like 3 weeks ago, try to follow up if he has the mini rectangular. And he said, I mean, it's not the SA's fault. Like, he is very sweet, and I actually asked him to reserve this along with the wallet that I wanted with silver hardware. And unfortunately, they still didn't receive. Like, as of today, I still haven't heard from him. Last time I went, when I purchased the wallet, I asked him again about this, the mini rectangular in black, and he said they haven't received any lambskin products. And I was like, really? And he said, oh, I follow up again. It should be coming in, in a week or two. But as of today, I still haven't heard anything from him. But he was very sweet, because I actually wanted the lambskin long classic wallet with a silver hardware. And he said, there's no lambskin, but there's a caviar. Do you want to look at it? So then I said, well, caviar is actually even better. And I said, okay, I'll come and pick it up. So this is how I purchased the wallet, and that's probably the only thing I purchased at that smaller boutique. So with the two mini rectangular, I was able to purchase and got reserved for it with a New York flagship store. So in this case, I highly recommend, if you live anywhere in New York or in East Coast even, you might want to stop by the flagship store and try to request to reserve. I mean, it's not 100% they will reserve for you, but I think there's a higher chance. Of course, I feel like you have to get really connected and click with your SA that you met. It's definitely not every single item they can reserve for you, and not every SA it's able to do that. They might have a quota, how many bags they can reserve, or the more senior your SA is, maybe the higher chance they can reserve the items. I was just lucky I was able to meet with one of the senior SAs, and I don't know, like, for some reason, first time we met, we requested a mini square in black with the gold tone hardware, and in about 2 weeks we got it. That's for my mother-in-law, so it's not in here because it's not mine, right? But yes, I was able to purchase that for her, and then I requested the white and black one, and I also got it within 2 weeks. And then I request the black one on the spot. I got it within a week. So I think it's a higher chance, But like I said, not everyone able to get a reserve for some reason. I actually don't know why. The reason why I said that was because when we were looking at the mini square, the reason why I've said that because if you have not yet watched my mini square unboxing, there were customers who saw the mini square and flat out to my SA and said, "Oh, can I try it?" And I feel like, really, like this is not something you would do at the luxury store. And even with my mini rectangular, I didn't share that before, but even because I didn't know until my hubby told me. He was with me, as always. So he told me that when I was, looking at the high jewelry, he said one of the male customer actually came by and actually touched the bag. And then my hubby said, no, this is being reserved. Like, this is just weird to me that people would actually go and touch it, because my hubby was actually standing right around it. I think in a way people might think it's okay, because at the flagship store, sometimes when a customer looking at one item and they move on to another item, doesn't mean they're taking on the first item they were looking at, which sometimes I feel like it's understandable, but I still don't think that's appropriate. I don't know, because it's not something I would do. I will only touch items that are on the shelf, because I know and I understand those are the items that are not being purchased. It's not reserved by anyone. That's just my thought. Another thing that I heard that mini rectangular is so hard to get, which I don't believe, is that I actually went to another boutique in a city. The SA saw me with the mini Lindy. He was trying to, he's trying really hard. For business wise, he's a good SA, but he keeps on pushing and say, oh, the Chanel mini rectangular is just as hard as, you buy your Birkin at Hermes. He was showing me like 3 different items. One of them is a mini rectangular, but it's not in black, because the first thing I asked was the mini rectangular in black, and he showed me the mini rectangular in beige. He was pushing me and say, you should get it, because black, it's so hard to get. It's just like Hermes, I have 200 people waiting on a list. There's basically no way you can get it. And I was like, really? Like, thinking to myself, I'm like, it's different. Chanel is different than Hermes. The way they sell items, the way they make items are different. Hermes, it's more like they create so many different colors, but because everything is 100% handmade, with the Birkin and Kelly, for sure. So it's like randomly chosen and shipped by Paris, by the artisan. So it's different. It's not the same as Chanel, because Chanel always have the lambskin. They always have caviar. But of course, sometimes, they don't come. They used to have the mini rectangular in caviar, and right now it's being discontinued for now, but I think they will come back eventually. So it's always between the 2 different leather, and black one is so classic that they will always have it. Of course, sometimes boutiques doesn't receive as many, which I believe, but I don't think, it's still not comparable with Hermes. I'm sorry. Like, pricing wise, maybe they're comparable, but with the way they do their marketing and the options that they have, I don't think it's the same. So of course I step out and look for another boutique, because I was like, I'm sure I will eventually find one. And at that time, I did have my local boutique to reserve one for me. So in this case, in my experience with Chanel, is that, you have to get connected with the SA. And I think most of the time it's the store manager who released the inventory. It's not that they don't have it. I feel like it's more like when they can release, it's the store manager's decision. And in the smaller boutique, on the other hand, they probably really didn't receive any shipment. So if you are nowhere near East Coast and your boutique tells you that they don't have the mini rectangular and stuff, because I also went to Texas. I asked about it, and then even for the classic flap, she said to me, it's like, we do have rare item that we normally wouldn't have. And I was like, what is that? It's like, oh, we have the small and the medium large classic flap in black. And I was like, really? Like that's rare for them to have it? And I was like, okay. But I mean, at that moment, I was like, I'm not really looking into the medium large classic flap yet. I really wanted the mini rectangular first, and they don't have it. And they did mention that, you know, if you're from New York, then New York would probably have a higher chance to have it. And I was like, okay, you know, like, but sometimes I think it's good to build your relationship with different boutiques, even with Chanel, because you never know when you're gonna get offered. I would say it's all about your first impression, of course, depending on which SA that you are able to work with. So the other thing is that with the micro bag, as you know, I got it from Hirschleifer at Americana, Manhasset, New York. I like that boutique, but they probably won't have these classic items as many as you would wish. But if you see any seasonal item and if you live in New York, I do recommend to go to that boutique because you do earn some reward credits. And if you earn to a certain point, you have a $500 to use, which I think is very sweet because normally with the luxury items, you actually don't get any credits or anything unless with your credit card, right? Anyways, so 2021 was basically my Chanel restart journey. I did have my very first Chanel back in 2015, and I got that in Paris. So if you guys want me to review that bag, please comment below, let me know, or hit the like button so then I know that you guys are interested in seeing my very first Chanel bag back in 2015. So as for my 2022, as for Chanel, I'm only looking for the medium large classic flap now in black, unless they have a very nice gray that I'm looking for, then I might consider purchasing that in medium rectangular size or the medium large, depending on what kind of gray that comes out. And as you know, I really don't like the current season, the gray with a dash of green. I'm not in love with it. So I'm looking forward to their other gray collections this year. But that being said, because the medium large pricing, it's so much higher than back in 2015, I can't really swallow the price yet because I can probably get an Hermes bag with the same price, because back in the days it was like 3,000-4,000 euro, which is around 4,000-5,000 US dollars. And then with this season, and they're probably gonna raise the price again, it started off from $8,800. So then I'm like, I can probably get another Lindy or something from Hermes. So my goal for Chanel this year is I have to achieve something this year in order for me to reward myself and say, I want the medium large Chanel bag. That will be the bonus item for myself, because otherwise I don't think I will be spending much items with Chanel this year. It's not an urgency right now, because what happened was the Chanel mini rectangular really fulfilled my dreams for Chanel already, and I have the micro bag, which is a very nice blue that I like. So I'm not in a hurry to have the medium large. I want that items to be a reward that I think I would spend the extra money on it, because otherwise, you know, with other savings that I have, I want to get other item that I think worth the money more. That's just my personal opinion. It's just me, because as you guys know, I do love Hermes so much. There's so many items was on my wish list in 2021, and I'm still looking forward to it in 2022. So in a way, I'd rather spend the money in Hermes item versus then the Chanel item. That's just my goal. We will see. I mean, things can change, right? So we will see how things goes. And if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Please consider subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so that you won't miss my next Hermes unboxing videos. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!